Hello everyone and welcome back to SpartanGaming plays Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. Today marks the start of the 𝘨𝘦𝘦𝘪𝘳. Now, I have run through this yesterday. I skipped all the dialogue, or as much as you can, and yeah. It's not an interesting case for me personally. It's just to... it's kind of obvious, and at the same time, I don't care for any of the characters or anything like that. But you know, it's yeah, it's no the 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘴, which I did look actually. I looked on Wikipedia, as it seems to be the encyclopedia for everything, and this was based on one of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's short stories. I don't know if any of the others are. To me, the 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘴 is just, it's such a nice, it's a short case, but it's very satisfying. You know, everything like Bloodbath, I love purely just because I like Greek and mythology and Roman mythology and all that gobbledygook and shit. So, you know, that gets a pass in my book. I wasn't not a fan of 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮. I didn't like the Mexican and the Chilean side of, you know, all the political bollocks and stuff. That was just eh. And the Fate of Black Pete was interesting. It wasn't bad. It's much better. That the only two I really liked is Fate of Black Pete and the Bloodbath, and obviously the 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘴. But you know, but yeah, I've not looked to see if any of the other cases are based on any of the other short stories. But yeah, the 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮 on the other hand is what we're playing today. I've waffled on so much, so let's play it, shall we? As per usual, we get an introduction, which is I forgot the intro for this.
For heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
I love Sherlock's voice in this game. It's so snobby, but you know, it's nice to listen to. As if he's going to someone's requested homes to find some stolen plants. So weird. Oh, we didn't do every bloody time. We didn't look over here.
This is where I keep my post.
Oh. Did I already pick them up? I must have, yeah. We've seen the grotesque murder. Power of the Empire is 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮. So these, so did I tell you what the echoes are? I don't know if I did or not. I may have. But yeah, every time you finish a case, you get a letter, either from the news or something. Nobody gives a shit about this. The Caracal and the Mexican stuff. No, that's boring. Lady Brackenshaw's confession, though. Dear Mr. Holmes, I have finally found the courage to write you a letter. I can scarcely find the words to express my gratitude for your kindness. So on that terrible day, I believe my life to be ruined. But at the same time, I realize there is to be one person in the world who truly loved me and who I loved in return. His name, we both know, is Captain Jack Crocker. I'm going to say Captain Jack Sparrow. His love for me has given me true reason to live. Even if we cannot be together in the end, none of this could have happened without you, Mr. Holmes. Yours sincerely, Mary Brackenshaw. Hey, he's only gone for a year, though. And the short story almost follows us to a T. It changes slightly, but, you know. Yeah, in the short story, Sherlock Holmes does the same thing I did. He didn't condemn the guy for killing, for protecting her. So yeah, I picked the correct choice. You know, when I read that, I thought, oh my god, I'm not a monster. A Murder in a Roman Bath is obviously from Bloodbath. Crime took place. Most truly shocking is that the murder of Sir Rodney was at the hands of his former friend and partner Percival Blinkhorn. The death sentence is the only possible punishment for this breed of villain. I don't know why that's after Brackenstall's confession, because this should be in order. A harpoon is Black Peter. The power is Villain on the Rails. The next one should be Bloodbath, and then Brackenstall's confession should be above that. So I don't know how they're swapped around, but yeah. So that means that in the next mission, we should get a letter or a newspaper clipping to do with this mission. I do like the sound of bees. I mean, a lot of people have bee phobias, don't they? So let's not stand here anymore. Let's get out of here.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
The load screens in the carriage, they're getting increasingly longer, and they keep stuttering like mad. Now, I don't know if this is because this is the Steam version. I have played my other Sherlock Holmes games on GOG, so they are DRM free. And I think this game is on GOG. I've not bought it on GOG because I've never needed to, but I'm kind of wanting to play it now to check, because yeah, the carriage rides. I'll have to keep one in the recording, but yeah, they sort of just freeze randomly. It sounds like yeah, it sounds like it's taxing your PC, but it doesn't. It's so weird. I'm guessing it's purely just because it's got DRM on it.
Anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer, and without turning it over this time.
Oh,
savage. Good day
savage.
to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens, and that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Yeah, they said a name wrong. It should be White.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
I enjoy the voice acting for this game, but the animation, the dog shit. Like, his expression didn't convince me that the guy I was talking to was sad. Very weird. They don't seem to frown or anything. I mean, and then again, some of them do, but some of them don't. It's so weird. I remember when this game came out, and there was so much emphasis on the on looking at their faces and shit like that. Kind of like what was the stupid cop game that came out? Where it was like it was like it got a hard on for like watching people's expressions and, you know, finding out if they're lying or not. Kind of like that, but yeah, it's nice to have in a Sherlock Holmes game. It's such a shame that this game strips the basic necessity that made the last Sherlock Holmes games interesting, which was the items and stuff, and reduced them to stupid like evidence that you can't interact with. Everything's too manually done for you in this game. It's, you know, it's interesting, but God, I miss picking up shit off the floor. I'm trying to merge it with other shit. You know, like monkeys do. We're all monkeys deep down inside. Got all these bloody weird names.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Oh. I thought he was going to read them to me, because I can't read them. I'm too stupid.
Do not touch.
Look at these tiny little balloons. But they're not moving. How weird. Why are they so tiny?
The plants
How odd.
All of them were stolen.
Plants from the east and the land of the rising sun. Oh. I when I was playing this yesterday, I got so angry at Watson. Like, I got really angry. It was just stood like in one place and he wouldn't move, and I couldn't get around him, and I got really ratty. If I could, I would have punched him in the face.
According to Albert, this is where his
Stupid
father,
Watson.
Montague Dunn, was found dead.
He follows you so close. He's like literally sticks to your ass. What am I stuck on here? Oh, that little ledge. That corner. Yeah, you really can't get around that corner. Wow. Press T. Booty prints.
The traces are thinner in some places.
You need to dragged his foot.
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Okay.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
Can I...
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
It's remarkable how quick you can get through some of these cases. See, this case in particular is, I found it quite frustrating at sometimes, just because there's so much, there's so many areas that you go into, and this game doesn't really do a good job notifying you that there's something to pick up, unless you're like literally on top of it. You can miss certain things, and obviously I want to get all the clues and stuff like that, and I think yesterday I was bumbled around for like 10 minutes looking for something, and it was like on the floor, and it was just like in such a stupid place that I completely walked past it like 12 times. Yeah, it was a bad day. Hopefully I shouldn't struggle too much.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced. The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new, It was recently changed.
How does he know that? Oh. The glory of the colonial empire. Growing exotic plants in our distant colonies. Very spacey. He uses the word colonial. Or colonies now. That's such an awful term.
The esconsson was breached near the handle.
A hell of a force.
The door was forced from the inside of the colonial collection room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the colonial collection room.
This is basically where we are, but I think he means this area. Oh. Look at that chap's now. I got some weird pictures. You know that guy in the middle, like sitting down, he is absolutely stark bollock naked underneath that top is that like whatever the fucking sheet is wearing. Yeah. He's definitely naked under that. It's just such weird pictures. You think it's just like stock images from Google? I bet if you like reverse Google search this image, they'll just be like, oh, this is Thomas something. Back in the old 1800s. They're like safari hats, aren't they? Reminds me of the of Jumanji. No. You know the one with Robin Williams on. Not the shit one that they released later.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
Oh yeah. When we had all these empires and until we pissed them all away. Thank God for that. Nobody wants to have the English or the British sticking their fingers in them. You know. The Cape Colony. Is that just a colony of people wearing capes? Are they all dressed up like Batman? Be a weird place to bloody work, wouldn't it? Imagine that, going to work dressed up like Batman.
Half of the colonial collection is absent.
I mean,
according to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
That's remarkable to say it's the 1800s. I don't think they could have climate control. And again, I guess they can. Obviously, it's not monitored as it is nowadays, but that would be a pain in the arse to constantly keep you know, because you'd have to keep on top of it, wouldn't you? Moisture percentage, temperature is Celsius. Wonder if it's bloody hot in here. Oh. I keep needing to press T and I keep pressing R instead.
These windows were perfectly cleaned.
Why is it T? What the hell is T supposed to stand for? Twat vision.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Can you...
The smell is strong. It is a detergent. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
It did a shit job. There's a big giant mark on the floor there.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Oh. That not teed, no? Something here.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Giant water lilies basin, Victoria. Amazonica?
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Sound got really quiet then, didn't it? So the imagination thing, is this the first time I've done this? Because it's confusing as fuck what you're supposed to do. I mean, it's not, when you think about it, you just need to click on the order. So he breaks down the door first, knocks over the part, and then he falls to the floor. Then you press Q, and then hold fast forward because nobody wants to see a fake man fall over.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked? Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
Why would it be an accident? Like, there's literally no way for him to get out of here. Someone obviously locked the door, because he wouldn't come in here, lock the door, then be like, oh, I'll stay in here for a bit. Someone obviously, he came in here for a reason, somebody locked the door. And they did some bad doo-doo to him. We'll press B for bebauction board. Perform an autopsy. Perform an autopsy of Montague Dunn. The death is suspicious. Why had he forced the door of the Colonial Collection Room? Why had somebody cleaned and emptied the room? Was it a trap or a simple accident? Oh, must not be going to Scotland Yard. So we can wander around still. There is people to talk to. But oh, Watson, you're getting in the fucking way again, mate. Jesus Christ, I swear to God. Don't make me, Watson. Don't make me. He does that all the time. He'll just stand there and like walk backwards. Why didn't they make him like intangible so I can just walk through him? How hot it is in here? 20. Bollocks, is it 20? These are palm trees. Surely these are going to need a hotter environment. Yeah, you can wander around. There's some things to do, but oh God, I could just feel the heat walking into this room. Oh shit, look how hot it is in here.
They have light and...
What is it in here? It's like, what, 30 relative temperature, so we're at like almost 35 degrees. My word. Yeah, screw that noise. I don't like the heat. I hate sweating. It's fucking disgusting. Especially in England. All our houses are made out of brick, so we absorb... In the summer, it's not bad in at the start, but as soon as the bricks start to retain the heat, it's like sitting in an oven. I only recently brought a little aircon unit where you put the pipe out the window. What a fucking godsend that is.
There is a smell of burning.
Yeah, I'm going to do that after. Let's go to Scotland Yard. We need to perform an autopsy. So here you go. I'll leave this one to run, and you'll see what I mean by it sort of like stops. If it does it. There we go. That right there. It does that all the time. Like, I have an overlay that you can't see, and this game uses it uses too much processing and GPU that it shouldn't warrant to use as much as it does.
Lestrade to take
it's very weird.
Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Like, I'm probably gonna buy this on GOG as soon as I finish this video, just because I want to see if it is to do with the DRM. It was Jack the Ripper and the other Sherlock Holmes game, the one with Arsene Lupin on, Nemesis. They on Steam, they are really badly optimized on newer PCs. But on GOG they work fine. So, you know, the only thing different between buying something on GOG and Steam is that Steam has DRM and GOG has no DRM. Yeah. It's quite, I think it was another game that I would remember. It was it Broken Sword 4? I think it did. A year or two ago. That ran like absolute dog shit on Steam, but it ran like shit off a shovel on from GOG, and that was purely just to do with the DRM. I'm guessing maybe it's not because it's not updated anymore. I don't know.
Watch is of great value.
I'm too stupid to know.
A beautiful feather pen of a good make.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in your pocket. Oh.
A membership card for the London Crest Club.
Gentlemen's Club. Probably smoke cigars and talk about how much they hate their wives. To Mr. His name's F. Wayne, director of Wayne and Sons Printing Company. Mr. Wayne. His name should have been B. Wayne. My friend, your posters for the Great Exposition of Kew Gardens were very beautiful, but it is surely unnecessary to mention all of the stuff. My name alone will be sufficient. Wow. This guy's a bastard. But, like, from what I remember, Montague Dunn's the person who pays, he basically pours all the money into Kew Gardens. He doesn't work there, you know. This guy's fucking bum with the diamond stone up his ass. You know, but and this guy is he literally shouldn't even be mentioned in anything. Man, what an asshole. I wonder he's dead. Definitely murdered. My name alone should be sufficient. Ah, who's sufficient? You fucking you're on an autopsy table now.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination.
It's so weird doing these autopsies. You don't do this in, like, Sherlock Holmes isn't a fucking doctor. Why has he got this autopsy experience?
No redness, stings, or bruises.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he has extensive medical knowledge because of Watson, but
Nothing suspicious here.
all they needed to do is make you control Watson in these sections. It kind of would have made sense.
There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination, so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
So this guy's been on this autopsy table for like 2 days. Like, I'm guessing they didn't want to bury him? Oh, there's his,
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
oh, they should close his eyes.
Vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
This isn't as gory as you think it is. Just Harry whistling in the background. Look how clean his internal organs are. There's no blood. There's no bone. It's like one of those you know, one of those like human bodies you have in like what do you have them in the science and stuff, in classes in like uni and stuff, where they're just like a body with all the internal organs that you can pull out and stuff. This is what this is. He covered his face up. He's just picking up his organs.
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs.
Could be two things to look at.
There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
Oh, made a horrible slapping noise when you put it. Oh no, that noise was. At least you know when you've examined something, because the game puts back automatically.
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction.
Oh, what a surprise! Another case where the murder victim is an alcoholic. But it seems to be a common theme, isn't it, in the 1800s? All these well-off families, all the men are like, oh, we smoke fuck tons of cigars and drink, because they've got literally nothing else to do.
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
Take out his heart.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
And yeah,
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
the tissue weird then. Tissue. Examine the lungs. It just takes them out as a whole, not individually.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
I have no idea what that means, but it can't be a good thing. What the God's name is that?
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Like somebody sneezed on him.
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, Died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No, a few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Okay. All I heard then is, let's break into everyone's house. He was trapped. This. Dunn was poisoned after being trapped in a colonial collections room by the killer. Montague Dunn was affected by inhaling a virulent vegetal poison. Just plant poison. Why would they say using these such big words? It's not good for me. Where's the perform an autopsy gone? Weird. Interesting. But the only thing we can do now is not press that button. Go back to Kew Gardens. Before we begin, I'll take a pause because it's getting a bit over time. So yeah, well, next video will be finding out. I mean, we probably won't because this mission is quite long. But yeah, we'll definitely figure out something. We should be able to break into a couple of the houses. I'm hoping I don't get lost. As I said, this area is quite big, and yeah, there's a lot of bloody talking. A lot of bloody talking. Just standing and listen to these people waffle on is it's not the most interesting thing. There's also a lot of stuff to do evidence and shit, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, yeah. Until then, peeps, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.